Whew, what a day. So at this point, this is a little opener for the video. At this point, I am a week away from leaving for NAIC, and I've pretty much settled on playing Gardevoir. The exact 60, I'm still trying to like puzzle out. You really can't metagame too accurately for, a 4,000 player tournament, but I do want to be able to obviously have like the best chances playing Gardevoir because it's a really intensive deck. It's a very skill intensive deck. It's a very time consuming deck, and I'm going to have to be on like my A game all day if I'm hoping to make it into day 2. So I'm playing Gardevoir. I'm excited for the trip. I went shopping today, get some snacks for the road. I got everything lined up, and hopefully my brother can come along for this one. He was telling me he was having maybe a few complications getting off of work for all of the days that he would need, but we're hoping. So I'll keep on adding to the video, but this time we have footage leading up to the actual trip. So yep, continue montage. All right, another update. I leave for New Orleans tomorrow, and as you can probably tell from my voice, I am sick. I got super duper sick right before leaving for the tournament. And so playing Gardevoir and being sick probably don't go super great hand in hand. I feel better than I did yesterday, so hopefully if I just get a good amount of rest, I'll be able to make the drive over to New Orleans for NAIC tomorrow morning without, too much blowback. But for the rest of the video, there's probably going to be a lot of weird voice stuff. I might even lose my voice. I don't know. I'm going to have to shout a lot. There's going to be a lot of people there. So hopefully the video turns out good. I just can't believe that I was perfectly fine literally up until like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And then I just got hit so bad with the sick. So I'm feeling okay right now. Obviously, trying to get rest, drinking fluids, medicine, all that stuff. But we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully this doesn't, put a damper on the run, but it'll be a good story. Okay. Day 0. What's today? The 12th? Day 0, Thursday the 12th. Thursday the 12th.
You're right.
It's the 12th. Look how glossy it looks. Yeah. My voice came back. I'm feeling better. I'm wiping the lens. It feels so bad. Oh, that's better.
Flashbangs.
We're at the convention center. Woo. How are you feeling, brother?
Sleepy.
What was that?
Sleepy.
Yeah, he's sleepy. It was a brutal drive through rain and lightning and thunder. Seems like people are pretty excited. A lot of Pokemon people everywhere, bringing back memories from last year. We're walking towards the entrance, and we're gonna get our badge pickup stuff.
You said it was near Julia's.
Yeah, it's like further up. It's like way down. But yeah, excited to be here. And we're gonna look around today. We didn't get day 0 Pokemon Center appointments, which wasn't fun. But I'm happy that I'm not feeling as sick and that we finally made it here after a bunch of setbacks. But we made it. And we'll check into our hotel later and see what that's all about. Hopefully it's good digs. Anything you want to say to the people?
He's gonna win the whole thing.
I'm gonna win it all. All right, we just got our badges, did our badge pickup, and they have these super cool standees of all these like rocket card arts that you can take pictures with and stuff. They got the Mewtwo and the Spidops and stuff. There's my brother. This is pretty dope.
Which one do you want to take a picture with?
That's pretty cool. Got the competitor kit. The promo this year is Buddy Poffin. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna slip that into my deck for tomorrow so I can play the regional promos in my deck. because that's how I roll.
Badges this year.
Brad, just don't do it too the QR code, don't put it in the video because then they can get your personal information. But that's pretty much what it looks like. And they have the double prongs this year. Yeah, cover the QR code. They have the double prongs this year, so it stays like in place. These are really cool.
Illustration here we go.
All right, my brother got 2 packs of Destined Rivals. I've never seen one of these in real life. What do you get? Taylor. The based Slugma. What is this? Metacham. Oh, the Psyduck. Team Rocket's Botherbot. Yanma. Ethan's. Oh! That's a pretty. What does it do?
It's $5 is what it does. Draws 2 cards. If your opponent has 3 or fewer remaining, you draw 2 more.
That's a pretty good pull out of 2 packs. Okay.
Watch the Cynthia Garchomp.
Cynthia Garchomp. Are you psychic?
If I am, YouTube illustration.
Oh man.
Ready?
If only. You'd be the coolest kid on the block. Rotom. Team Rockets need a Ran.
Oh, that's pretty.
Carbink. Squilvet. Huntail. Pinsir. Sacred Ash Ketchum. Team Rockets Grimer. Reverse Squove. Oh, Team Rockets Spidops is good. That's not bad. Redeem those code cards before I post this video.
Oh yeah.
Okay, not bad.
Pretty good.
Pretty. We're gonna go get something to eat.
Oh yeah.
That's a power box or breaker box. Okay. All right. So we just got here to check out our digs. It's pretty late, but check out our sweet digs, dude. And look, they even have my name in like a whole welcome video playing just for me that looks like it's maybe powered by AI, and it's just giving me shots of like the city. We got really lost because this hotel is like, it's like a maze. And then check out my view. I open up the curtain. Peep my view, dude. It's pretty rad, minus the smudgy windows. But yeah, got a pretty sick view of New Orleans, yo. Pretty dope. Flip. Oh, it has been a long day. Just to recap, this is day 0, and we left late because our house, my house, our power went out because there were just super severe thunderstorms happening. Our power went out and we were running late this morning, and then we finally hit the road and we drove like over 6 hours to get here through like a bunch of thunderstorms, like almost the whole way. Super low visibility almost the whole way, and then like tons of like car accidents that were slowing down traffic and stuff. It was just like a really brutal drive this year. So we got our badges, obviously. Super excited about that. We got dinner, thankfully. And yeah, now we're just finally in like the really nice digs this year. It's way better than what I booked last year, that's for sure. Way bigger, way more spacious. Staff seems okay. But yeah, overall, pretty cool. Really high ceilings for some reason too. I know I'm spending a long time like talking about this, but super high ceilings. Yeah, a lot of the buildings in New Orleans are old historical buildings that have been renovated and repurposed for other business purposes, like hotels, like this one. And so I'm not surprised that maybe it looks a little bit different than your typical hotel, you know. Anyhow, tomorrow's day 1. I gotta call my wife. We're gonna see how this goes. I really don't know. I really don't know how my deck is gonna do. I'm just gonna go in and try my best. I'm gonna try really hard to get into the Pokemon Center, because I booked a really bad time at 9:35 a.m., which is like during round 1, which I did not think about. And so I'm over here thinking like either I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center with my brother's time in the afternoon, or he's going to like pick some stuff up for me if he's able to. Or the other option is like if round 1 is not doing good, I might just scoop round 1 so that I can go to the Pokemon Center. I'm debating that. I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons to that, obviously. But yeah, super happy that we're here, that we made it safely, and we're here for NAIC 2025. I'm ready to just settle in and get a good night's rest and get some breakfast in the morning and go from there. So that's pretty much the update, or at least like the recap of day 0. And then tomorrow's opening ceremonies again. Here we go again. And then a tournament. It still hasn't sunk it in yet that we're here for NAIC. And I'm just really happy that we're here. I'm really happy. Like, this is so cool. And I'm sure it'll sink in once I like get to rest a little bit and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm going to call my wife and kids and all that stuff. All right. Yes, the view is extraordinary. Extraordinarily obstructed. Oh, it's so hot and humid this morning in New Orleans. Alrighty, update. Today is day 1 of the tournament. Am I super prepared? I really don't know. Am I nervous? A little bit, but mostly I still haven't quite processed the fact that we are currently in New Orleans for NAIC 2025. Yesterday was nuts. I already talked about that a lot, obviously, at this point in the video. And today's day 1. We're going to try to make opening ceremonies. I still feel very torn up inside about whether or not I'm going to try to make my Pokemon Center appointment, or if I'm just going to miss my Pokemon Center appointment time and play round 1, or am I going to scoop round 1? I don't know. I really don't know. I feel really conflicted about it because I really want to go to the Pokemon Center and I really want to show the Pokemon Center in this video, but at the same time, like, I've worked so hard. I should probably play as best as I can. I don't know exactly what to do, but I don't know. At this point in time, still feeling kind of like back and forth about the pros and cons of both. Trying not to overthink it, but obviously it's not working. Also, obviously, my throat is still pretty sore. Well, not sore, it's just like strained, croaky. It doesn't hurt anymore, which is a really good thing, but it's just like really, weak. So I hope that you haven't been annoyed by that so far in this video. And yeah, so anyway, it's the morning. It's Friday the 13th, go figure. And I'm waiting on my brother to get ready, and we're going to go downstairs and get some breakfast and head over to the convention center for the big reveal. It's probably going to look the same as last year, but, like the big reveal of the walk-in, and that's always like super exciting. So I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of different things right now, if you can't tell. I'm excited, kind of nervous, kind of like disoriented, a little bit confused, but it'll all click, I hope, once I sit down and start playing. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll do all the match reports and try to take as many extra pictures as I can, and try to feature some other things that maybe I didn't feature last year for this video. So anyway, day 1, good morning. It's Friday the 13th, and stay tuned. All right, the time, 7:48 a.m., day 1, Friday the 13th. Ba, 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 ba. Doing the walk-up video, going to the entrance. Doors open at 8 again this year. How are you feeling?
Sleepy.
Oh.
At this time?
Coffee. We got the vitamin C for caffeine. And feeling pretty good. I don't know what I'm gonna get paired up with round one. My money is I will get paired up against either Bolt or Joltik box. What do you think?
I think Joltik or Grim.
You think Joltik?
Or Grim.
Or Grim? Yeah, but should be cool. Doors will open very soon.
Oh no, people are going to.
They're going for the Pokemon Center?
No, they're going to through the exit.
Oh, well they're gonna get turned back.
I don't know.
Are they letting us come in from there? Things are a tiny bit different this year. But it looks like they're letting people come in from there. That's pretty cool. Let's get. We can try. I'm gonna try to bring my water in. Entrance is through Hall G or H. Here's G. Okay. And here we go. Hall H. We're going in. It's 8:07. A little bit late. Oh boy. Gotta show him the badge. Yes. Dun dun. Dun dun dun. Whoa. Thank you. It's smoking. Oh, they flipped the layout. Whoa. Dry ice. Here we are.
Oh wow. I actually don't like the way they split it up. They put Unite and then TCG on opposite sides.
Huh.
I'm genuinely surprised by the amount of Pokemon Go this year. Look.
Yeah, there's a lot more. Oh, check it out. That's awesome. They have the giant Pikachu over there. All right, let's go look around. All right, they're playing my jams.
That's way more seating than last year.
I know, yeah. They have some.
What's in the center here? Is that PPC already filled?
I don't know. It looks a little different this year. They have extra streaming tables down on that end, like really small normal tables. There's more seating for the spectator area. And I don't know, it's a little bit flip-flopped from last year. But it looks pretty dope. Caster Lounge. Pretty rad. All right, so round one, I got paired up against somebody from my locals. Round one, insane. And it ended up being a tie. Cerulege versus what I'm playing. It was a friendly match. Took a long time to get started though because of the opening ceremonies, which weren't that great. But yeah, so I mean, for round one tie, feeling neutral about it. And we'll see what we get paired up with second round. All right, round two just finished up. Played up against Dragapult, won a very decisive first game.
Trading card game seniors, your pairings are also available for round number 3.
Second game.
Trading card game seniors, please find your seats for round number 3.
So second game, I was like, I could not find an energy. I played Iono, I played another Iono. I didn't see a single energy game two. And my opponent kept using Badoo. So I couldn't get any Guardies up, and then he just started sniping all my Ralts. I probably should have scooped it up game 2 to move to game 3, but I didn't want to risk it. And so I lost game 2, and then game 3 we ran out of time. I had one more prize left to take, but that only gets you a win if you're in finals, apparently. I asked a judge. And yeah, so round 2, we got another tie. So 2 ties. I don't know where that puts me. I need 19 match points in order to make day 2. But we're gonna keep grinding and keep trying. The games are so hard, so sweaty, but that was to be expected. And I'm interested to see what I end up paired up against next. Maybe another Dragapult, maybe a Raging Bolt or something weird. But we are out here. All right. All right. Check in, round 3. I went up against Grimmsnarl, lost really hard. That's the short version of it. So we are 2 ties and 1 loss. I don't know if I'm able to get 19 match points at all. I'm gonna have to re-verify like the point system. If not, if I'm not making day 2 because of the way the point system works, then I'm gonna skip the next round so I can actually finish eating this stuff, and so I can go to the Pokemon Center and maybe even check out the Switch 2 stuff. That'd be fun. So I need to find a judge and ask him. All right, checking in round 4. I checked with a judge, and every win is actually 3 points. Every tie is 1 point, and a loss is no points, which means that in order for me to make day 2, I have to win the next 5 rounds straight. I just won one, round 4 against Raging Bolt. Very nice player that I got to meet. And my brother got a bunch of swaggity swag. Oh yeah. I missed my Pokemon Center appointment, but what did we get, brother?
So we got 2 of the 2025 backpacks.
Oh, look at them backpacks. Oh yeah, they're gonna be backpacking.
We got a hat.
Psyduck hat.
Psyduck hat. How they are fates.
Oof. Sheesh.
Yeah. Can't see it yet, but it's a fanfy.
Oh, it's a
Spray in the
fancy.
water.
Look how minimalist it is.
It's gonna be amazing. We got some sleeves.
Oh snap. Oh snap.
Overpond.
What else did we get? I know you got more.
We got.
Oh, we got these pins though for the kids and me. Oh, you got some more
Then I
pins.
got this for Lucas because he loves snow,
Oh, that's cute.
and for AB because it's cool.
Oh, those are cool.
That's what the mat art was.
That's awesome.
Then for my friend Kevin, got him that.
Shout out to Kevin.
For my friend Angelica because she
Oh.
was Pikachu.
Oh,
For Malvika. 'cause
ooh,
she was
woo.
Bulbasaur.
Oh, whoa.
And then I got myself Pin-a-Woopers,
What?
more Wooper, and I love Flutter Mane.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, and it came with these postcards.
Came with postcards with
Yeah.
Mega Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Rad.
Pretty cool.
So even though we didn't get to take pictures in the Pokemon Center this year, we still got like a ton of awesome merch. So that's a pretty good haul. I'm waiting around. It might even be ready already. Round 5 Masters pairings. And I gotta try to win the next 5. So I'm locked in. And here we are, NAIC next to the chicken wings. Ooh, trophies. Got it. Snapped a pic. All right, everybody. I'm looking for a place to land. So here we are. End of round 5. I got paired up against Garchomp EX.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
And did not go so good. Here we go. I'll land here. Yeah, didn't go so good. Charmander, my buddy. I lost, so no chance for day 2 at all. Even if I won the next 4, I would end up with only 14 match points, which is way short of day 2, which is 19 match points. It's really tough to get into day 2. let alone win an entire event. So it's pretty tough. I don't even know exactly how to feel about it because the competition is just, the tournament structure is just different from last year. It's harder to get stuff. It's harder to get wins, harder to get into day 2. Much more strict, much more selective. And honestly, it's those first 2 ties are what just killed me. It's because it took too long to play my deck versus other decks. And I think in the grand scheme of things, I actually did better maybe last year than this year. I figure, I don't know, I'm either going to drop or I'm going to play it out. I haven't decided just yet, but of course I'll give an update here on the video for the YouTube video. And I'm about to go meet up with my brother. There's still a little bit of time left in round 5, so I can go take a breather. I'm pretty beat. Playing Gardevoir is not easy, especially in a room full of thousands of people who are trying to beat Gardevoir. So anyway, I'm gonna go meet up with my brother. Not too sure if I'm gonna move forward with the rest of the tournament at this point, or if I'm just gonna play it out. It's different this year. It just feels like quieter. Like there's not as much hype. The sound system screwed up, and so there's like no music or anything. It's just like a really quiet tournament. Not as ritzy as the way they make it look on TV, that's for sure. Isn't that right, Charmander? Anyway. Shisha. And we are back in the hotel room after round 6. Went up against, is that my brother? There's my brother. We went up against I went up against Vikavolt, Charizard. And I just played it really sloppy because it's been a really long day. And yeah, the first game I could have won simply by putting a Mew EX active and knocking out their Charizard for my last 2 prizes. But I was just playing so sloppy. It's been such a long day. I think that getting sick had a big part to do with it just kind of interrupted the whole flow of like the excitement and like the mental preparation and the mental mindset, like getting sick and still being sick. Obviously my voice has been like horrendous through this whole video. Like they have so much dry ice in the venue, and I'm like shouting over everybody around me. And so at this point in the day, my voice is like even worse than when the day started. And yeah, I think I'm done with the tournament, unfortunately. Tried really hard, but tying the first 2 rounds was just like a recipe for disaster. Yeah. Gardevoir ran okay. I don't think it's a bad deck. I don't think it's like done or anything like that. But there were a lot of Gardevoir players that were in the bottom tables. And I think a lot of that had to do with everybody, having it out for Gardevoir. I still think it was a good pick for the event. It just didn't end up working for all the typical card game reasons. And so I'm done with the tournament for today. After round 6, I'm not going to play it out, unfortunately. I'm just not feeling too good. We already got all the stuff from the Pokemon Center. I missed my Pokemon Center appointment. And so, I don't know. It just seems like this year a lot of things kind of like got in the way or like went wrong or didn't go according to plan, at least. But I think we made the most of it. I'm happy we're here. Before we check out tomorrow from our hotel, we do want to swing by and like take a few more pictures and kind of see what's going on. Because last year we did not go to day 2. Like we just did day 1 all the way through. And then the next morning we checked out of the hotel and we drove back home. So maybe do that a little bit different. But my brother and I, we're just resting at the moment. We're calling it a day. I can't even talk. Calling it a day. We're going to go get something to eat, take it easy, swing by the venue one more time tomorrow, just to like hang out, take one last look, and then we're going to hit the road again. So we're not quite over yet with the video at this point. Might just be a slideshow. But I want to thank everybody for watching the video. if this does end up being towards the end of the video. And yeah, so unfortunately we did worse this year than last year because I played a deck and tried really hard. So it turns out when you play something that's just really easy to play and really consistent, and like you just do the same thing again and again and again, you just roll the dice and see what your matchups are, and you just play. So I don't know. I'll try to record like a overall takeaway, but right now I'm still processing everything. And again, I'm super tired, super, kind of sick in the throat at the moment. But yeah, so yeah, we did not do too good this year, but we tried probably harder than last year, which is kind of a weird sort of correlation. The harder we try, the worse we do. So maybe we should just stop trying so hard. But anyway, I'll stop rambling and hopefully have some more video footage and photos to share for the end of the video. Hello, I'm in the chair. As you can tell, my voice has not gotten too much better. I might even have to that's why I've been getting so close to the camera, is because my voice keeps going out. But because of that, I really can't be around all that dry ice fog that they had in the main venue. It just hurts my throat so much. And shouting over everybody as well is just not going to work, especially for recording. So I'm going to go ahead and skip out on visiting the venue on day 2. I feel like we've done everything anyway. Like, we did Pokemon Center merch stuff, even though I wasn't able to go in because I was playing. Played in the tournament. I guess I'll just kind of give a few closing thoughts. I've been seeing a lot of posts from really well-known players who typically perform very well at major events, who had the same kind of experience that I had, and that is that, bricking, which is kind of like, it can happen to anybody, but also getting into ties. There was, because we have all these evolution decks, it's easier to slow play, whether it's purposeful or not. Sometimes people are just like really overthinking, and you're trying to like put the damage counters here, put the damage counters there, and you only have 50 minutes to play up to 3 games, which is really just makes everything super prone to ties, especially since we have Badoo, which slows the game down significantly, which was more or less my experience in some of my games. But starting off 2 ties really just tanked the whole run this year for me, which is pretty disappointing. But I guess there's some comfort in knowing that I'm not the only one, and it's not because I played poorly. I think that I played pretty well. Playing Gardevoir, I don't think it was the worst decision. I think I might have already mentioned that. But there were definitely a lot of people prepared for Gardevoir, that's for sure. So it was a risk, but a risk that I felt like was worth taking, because it was pretty much, in the end, it was going to have to be between Raging Bolt or Gardevoir. And I think Gardevoir was just the better choice. I could have played Dragapult, but I would have, I don't think I would have done as well if I were playing Dragapult overall, just because I think Gardevoir just has a slight edge in a lot of matchups. But again, there's a lot you can say into that. I'll try not to ramble too much there. But yeah, there were a lot of top well-known players who were like posting that they went 4-0 at the beginning of the tournament, and then they got 3 losses, or they got like a certain number of ties and 1 loss, and then that knocked them out of day 2 contention. So there were a lot of really well-known players, at least on Pokemon Twitter and stuff like that, who just didn't even make day 2 because they got really rough matchups, or they bricked, or in a lot of instances it was because they started off strong, but then because you need 19 match points to get into day 2, like, you have to have a near flawless record to be able to get into day two, which I knew before, coming to NAIC. But I really did think I could do it. That was the thing. I would have never guessed that I would have tied more than once. And just based off of my experience last year. But the tournament structure is really different this year. The pace of play is very different than last year. It's almost like a little bit, like almost as slow as like playing against Block Lax. Like last year, Block Snorlax, and Lugia V-Star were some of the top decks to have to beat. And this year, it seems like just Badoo and Monkey Dory, damage counters everywhere. Having to manually arrange damage counters really takes up a lot of time. You have to do a bunch of like simple math, very tedious math in between turns. And that takes up a lot of time. So 50 minutes is just not enough. Overall, I think that the tournament ran pretty smoothly. Like everything was kind of at a more or less steady pace. It started way too late, but after that, it kind of like kept going. I think it went well. There wasn't as much downtime, but a lot of that I think has to do with the fact that I played Gardevoir instead of last year, like Future Hands. The much simpler, more direct, fast deck. I think in terms of my gameplay, I misplayed a few times here and there, but all the practice and the preparation that I put into the deck before this tournament, I think that I think it was very crucial. Excuse me. And that I think that a lot of my comfortability in this tournament was because I practiced so much, which is awesome. I didn't feel nervous at all while I was playing, which is unusual. But a lot of that has to do with like the practice and stuff, building that confidence to where I don't think I have to feel too uncertain or nervous about anything. And then I was playing a deck that can figure out a way to win in most matchups, i.e. Gardevoir EX, right? We just didn't get there. We didn't get the record. I didn't get all the matchups we needed. Yeah, but overall, I think I accomplished most of my goals. I've been a lot more social, being in the hotel around all the other Pokemon people, saying hi to people and stuff. That's been cool. Playing as hard as I can, trying to keep my head up. I did end up bailing on the tournament just because I couldn't do it anymore. Getting sick really threw a wrench in the works. It really made things kind of difficult in terms of like traveling and playing in a big tournament with 1 billion people, not 1 billion people, 4,000 something people. Yeah, so there were a lot of factors that kind of got in the way and made the trip a little bit more difficult. As you can see, I'm still sick. I hope that you can even understand me in this video because my voice has been shot like almost the whole time. But overall, I was happy to make a trip. Happy to make a trip with my brother. Very grateful that I was able to come to NAIC 2025. Grateful that I got the stuff from the Pokemon Center that I wanted. Grateful that, I got to play in this tournament again. And with something a little more difficult, a little more serious of a deck. And so that was cool. I got to kind of test my mettle again this year at a major tournament. I didn't do so good. But again, I think it's just due to all the factors that I've already mentioned. So overall, in terms of the tournament, I would say that it was all right. I wouldn't say it was a failure, but it definitely was not a success. Did not make day 2. I don't know if they're going to be in New Orleans next year. They haven't announced it, obviously, at this point. But we'll see. This might, if it's not in New Orleans next year, then, this might be the last NAIC that I'm able to go to for quite some time, and that's fine. Being able to go to one is like awesome. Being able to go to two is just like, I would have never believed it if you would have told me that I'd be able to go to two, especially back to back. So just to close out the video, I guess just shout out to my wife and my mom for holding down the fort while I was away. Shout out to my brother for coming along with me and being a huge help in getting all that stuff from the Pokemon Center since I missed my appointment time because I was playing in the tournament. Shout out to all my opponents. I think every last one of them was like a really nice person. I don't think that I ran into anybody who was like rude or anything like that. I think it was a good crowd, but definitely, yeah, I just think it was a good crowd. So shout out to everybody there, and of course everybody who helps to make these tournaments happen. So that's really cool that so many people come together to make these things possible, and whoever was in charge of bringing it to the south nearby, relatively nearby to where I live, then huge shout out to them, because I would have never thought that Pokemon would come to the south once, let alone twice. And I think it's pretty awesome. So anyway, this has been more or less my trip to Pokemon North American International Championships 2025. And we're just kind of hanging out for a little bit longer before taking the big drive back home. Thankfully, weather's pretty good. You can't see through the curtains, obviously, but weather's pretty good. No thunderstorms and stuff to have to drive through right now. The whole way here was just thunderstorms. It was brutal getting here this year, but hopefully getting back is not as bad, not as tedious, not as exhausting, and I'm just ready to get back home, go see my wife, see my kids, pick up where I left off, and get this video together. So I'm pretty excited to stitch everything together and then have just like one super long video of NAIC 2025. I'm definitely going to keep practicing. That's what I've learned. I think that's the biggest takeaway is practice, practice, practice. And I'm going to keep looking for a deck that I think really speaks to me and my play style, because I don't think any of the decks that I tested for this event really like felt cool to play. Like maybe Raging Bolt, but not entirely Raging Bolt. I don't know. Like I was a Lost Box player for a really, 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 for like the whole duration of Lost Box almost. And yeah, I miss decks like that, and they just don't have anything quite like that in the format. You could argue, maybe Dragapult, because it kind of is like flower selecting, but it's just not the same. So I'm going to keep looking around for a deck that I think is cool to play and is actually good and is more like me, I guess you could say. So stay tuned for, at least in terms of the YouTube video that I'm making with all of this, stay tuned with some more deck lists and maybe some gameplay videos, who knows. And yeah, that'll be my closing for this video. And I hope you all enjoyed it, especially if you weren't able to make it out here this year. I can't say that you really missed anything. Maybe the merch. Yeah, maybe the merch. But other than that, I think it was like an okay event, but it didn't seem as big and grandiose as last year exactly. It was like a tournament, like a local game store tournament to the max with more stuff to buy. On TV, they make it look like it's this huge, ritzy like production, but that's like literally one part of the entire room, and the rest of the room is just plastic tables and metal chairs and people playing Pokemon cards, and that's it. It's really not as glamorous as they make it look on TV. It's fun to think so. But yeah, so don't feel down is all I'm saying. Don't feel down if you didn't make it to NAIC. And yeah, I don't know. I have rambled. I have rambled yet again. That's just how I am. But thank you everybody for watching the video, especially if you've made it this far. And I'll see you all later.